Okay, this video is in reference to the optional access assignment. Now, optional means you don't have to do it, but if you missed a previous assignment, like you didn't do, I don't know, Excel 5, Excel 2 or something, what you can do is you can complete it first and then send me an email saying, please replace my grade for Excel 2 with whatever I received on this access assignment, and you can receive up to the amount of points that you earn on the access assignment. Now, after you go into My IT Lab, if you don't see it right away, it's on the bottom, so you might need to scroll down to get to it, but it's down in this bottom area, and if you click on it, it'll open up the folder, and then here's the training, and then this is the one, the bottom one here that says complete to replace the low grade. That's the one you need to complete in order to get credit for the Access optional assignment. Now, if I click on it, Access is quite a bit different than Excel. And so hints, what I did was I gave you a couple of hints. For example, on step 14, close the print preview window after printing. And then step 15, because those are a little confusing on how to do them. So you might want to copy and paste those instructions into like Notepad or something, and then look at them later when you get to steps 14 and 15. And there's also some information located in the coffee shop discussion area where people have asked questions and then they've gotten answers. Now you'll notice there are 25 questions that you can do for Access. And so you have the option of doing all 25. If you're replacing a score for an assignment that's only like say 20 questions, what you might want to do is skip 5 of them or try them all and not worry if you get 20 right out of 25, because you can only get up to the amount of the assignment as a replacement. Same thing with the quizzes if you decide to use it to replace a quiz score. Now it says in the Word document, review the 2 tables and then identify the common field by the 2 tables. Now, you would know what fields are if you had looked at the textbook. If you didn't look at the textbook, you wouldn't know what they're talking about. But this top area here, these are fields that we want to keep track of in our database. So you'll notice that in here, driver ID is also located down here. And it says to go ahead and just bold driver ID. So you would highlight driver ID and click on bold, basically, for that first step. And then it's going to take you into the actual Access questions. And so first it's Start Microsoft Access. I'm pretty sure you can figure out some of these. Okay, now the navigation pane is this one over here on the left. And you'll see this here. This is allows you to shrink it to a smaller size or make it bigger. And then over here is a table. See how it says navigation pane now that I made it smaller. It says in the data sheet view, add last name as the second field in the table. So right here, here's the first field, this one that says ID. So when I click to add here, it says to make it short text. So I want to go here and make it short text. And if I click anywhere, it won't let me change the name. It's a little harder to do it. I have to go up into the menu to do so. So this fields one allows me to change the name and caption. So you can do it that way as well. But now it's telling you to type in first name. And tables are the basically the detail that is used to create reports and forms and those sort of things. Let me go in here and go a little further along. So for example, if I jump down here, let me see. So here we have, let me just go in here, launch. Okay, so here's question 16. This right here is a table. I'm not sure if it'll let me, oh yeah, it will. Okay, so here are tables. Tables are the actual data. Queries are things that you pull out often, like let's say you want to contact all the students on campus that live in Clovis to find out about some type of activity that's going on in downtown Clovis. You would do a search on their city that they live in and use that to create a query. And then you can have it so that later on in time, if you end up doing another query where you need everybody from Clovis, you already have it done. You just click on it and it'll show that information. And then the forms here are used to enter information easily online. And you've done this a bunch of times, like you go in and they ask you to set up an account at a website. That's a form. And that puts the data into the table because people wouldn't know, okay, where does my last name go? Where's my first name? Because you wouldn't see all this information. Only the owner of the database would see that, the company that owns the database. The last type of item besides tables, queries, and forms are reports. And reports are used to print out or display the results of the, which is what this is going to do eventually once we do it. Okay, so let me go in here. It says use the report tool to create a report based on the A1 drivers table. So here is forms, report. I'm going to click on report here. And so you'll notice here's a report. Now, see the little dotted lines? It's going to cut off the report in the middle of the page. They're going to probably have us fix that. It says use the report tool to create a report based on the A1 drivers. Modify the report by deleting the driver field ID. So here's the driver field. I'm just going to right click here and delete column.